So I was grocery shopping with my wife. Weird transition. Grocery shopping in Target the other day, and I looked down the aisle, and you know how like down the aisle at the grocery store they'll have like little signs telling you what's down there. You know, they'll be like, here's canned goods, here's peanut butter, here's bread, that sort of thing. I looked down the aisle, and there's a sign, and all it said was entertaining snacks. Well, that's fun, you know? What do these snacks do, you know? We're just boneless chicken wings, you know? Chex Mix? Why do they call us Chex Mix? You know, there's peanuts in here, there's pretzels. They don't call salad lettuce mix, but melted cheese as sweet as gold. Let me see the pizza rolls. All right. So yeah, and you know, eventually, yeah, context set in, and I realized what they were talking about. But to be honest, before that, I lived in a much happier time. You know, sometimes like when you remove all context from a phrase, like it opens up a whole world of possibilities you never even considered. You know, like I'll hear a commercial for a store called Guilty Pleasures. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's probably not what I think it is. But what if it was? What if it was just a store full of like Michelle Branch CDs and magazines and, you know, box sets of Dawson's Creek on DVD? I'd go there. I go there all the time. You know, you see a store called Adult World, you're like, okay, maybe it's not a bunch of shoes with laces and big metal scissors and non-chewable vitamins, but what if it was? People always complaining about how hard adulting is. Well, now there's a place for it. You know, I submit we need that store more. You know, we don't need a porn store in 2016. Okay. If you still feel like you need to leave the house for porn and dildos, then I'm sorry, but technology has passed you by. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people that could use this service. You know, for instance, for one, if you're still saying adulting, you're doing it wrong. All right. Also, we're gonna have a seminar today. All right. 401ks. What are they, and how useful how useful can they be to you? Step 1. What are they? Step 2. How do you need them? Step 3, what are they again? Because I feel like you were kind of zoning out at the first part. Following me. But you know, speaking of like getting older, I've been feeling myself getting older a lot lately. To be honest, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till I get older. I'm looking forward to retirement. You know? Because I feel like then at least my age will match my mood. Like, I'm pretty crotchety already, and at 35, not a good look. But at 75, you barely notice. And now, kind of an asshole. But at 75, it'll be like, why is Grandpa mad again? Like, well, he was at Subway and they put olives on his sandwich. I don't know. In particular, like, why would anybody put olives on a sandwich? Yeah, I know. It's weird. He's very upset. You know, I figure like getting old will give me a lot of chance to like catch up on my reality TV. I've only just gotten into it, but there's a world out there that I never even knew about. For instance, like I've been watching this show called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. Love it. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, don't worry. You just heard me say the title of the show. So you kind of get it. You know, it's not like Scandal or like, what was that about? You know, like Lost? Who's Lost? I don't know. But I didn't know I was pregnant. I get it. Let's go on a journey together. I love it for 2 reasons. One, it's an hour-long show. They really know how to stretch a topic, okay? Because they get an hour's worth of material out of basically... This bitch didn't know she was pregnant. Also, it's been on since 2008. Yeah, that's a lot of time. There's a lot of women, not just like blissfully unaware of their own uterus, but also like willing, if not eager, to self-report. You know, because they're like staking out delivery rooms. Like, did you know? Really? Like, I mean, somebody's manning a phone, fielding what has to be like a very similar phone call over and over and over again. Like, well, okay, well, tell me what happened. It's like, well, I was sitting on the couch and I felt this cramp and I thought, well, God, I better get to the toilet. But before I could, out came a baby. I called out to my husband. I said, honey, remember how I told you how I missed my last 9 periods? Long story short, I owe you $5. Yeah. Ancient Aliens. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this one, Ancient Aliens. I love it. It's on the History Channel, which is great. You know, remember history? That field of study devoted to things that have for sure totally happened. I love it because, like, they'll always be interviewing these people, right? And they're giving these testimonials about how this thing that happened really long ago was for sure aliens. And usually, like, they'll have their name and underneath it a credit, you know? Like, usually, like, a book they wrote, you know, self-published, but still. I remember one day I was watching, and under this guy, all it said under his name was UFOologist. I thought, well, that sounds really official. I turned to my wife and I said, how do you suppose someone gets to be a UFOologist? She's like, well, he probably went to school. I'm like, right, but where do you get a postgraduate degree in something that doesn't exist? And I thought, well, okay, there's precedent, you know, because, you know, you can't graduate from Bible college, but... Oh, okay, look. I'm sorry if that upset you, but you should know the alien people have a lot more evidence than you do. Like photographs, blurry, but still. Speaking of retirement, I think that like maybe there's some jokes that we ought to retire, just like as a society. Like these are jokes that like we've all heard and we'll hear again. And that will generally elicit, like, at best, an eye roll and a... Like, you know, like, Joe's like, hey, did you get your hair cut? No, I got all of them cut. Fuck you. Like that. You know, like when you see somebody running in public and somebody has to shout out, run, Forrest, run. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. Because, you know, that movie came out 25 years ago. It wasn't clever then. And, you know, you're referencing a mentally and physically handicapped child trying to escape abuse. But no, he's late for the bus, so get on it. You know, or something like anytime anybody mentions prison, somebody's got to say, don't drop the soap. Okay. How long does it take to pick up soap, honestly? Like 1 second, 2? Like, it's not a huge window of opportunity for an opportunistic ass rapist. It's not. And I don't want to get into victim blaming, but if something were to happen to you into that span of time, a little bit your fault, don't you think? Like, I am, like, painfully aware of every exposed boner, like, in my immediate vicinity. Like, that means, like, this guy was showering next to a raging hard-on and thought to himself, probably nothing to worry about. Let me get this bar of Irish Spring, you know? Saw it. Speaking of retirement and butt sex, so I've been watching a lot of television, and I've been reading on the internet, and I gotta ask, like, as a society, like, are people just eating ass willy-nilly? Is that like the new thing? What's happening? Is it the new like thing du jour? Because like I see it everywhere, and it's weird because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, dude, you should try it." Like, I don't think so. For one thing, I'm married, and like, no, it's too late for me to get better at sex. Okay, like it's suspicious. More questions than anything else. People say, where did you learn that? And what am I going to say? I saw it in Girls. She wasn't a Sex and the City guy. Charlotte, too. So, you know, she's got that nonsense. Besides, married sex isn't about getting better. It's about getting faster. Okay? As long as you both cross the finish line, really one commercial break ought to do the trick. As long as you're both, you know, about your business. You know, married sex, it's like reading the same Where's Waldo book over and over and over again. You turn the page, you're like, there he is. Cool. Alright, thank you so much, guys.